Okay, so yes, my name is Aishling. I am the Digital Transformation Officer at a company called Conga. My first journey that I did is I had a major project to run where I had to change an entire sales process basically from quote to cash, from sales right through to back office finance. I had to change everything. And we decided to do it all at the same time. So I was managing a finance system, a contract lifecycle management system, and Salesforce CPQ. So our business was 15 years old. I was not a startup. We decided to start again because the system was in such a bad place. Sales teams were very frustrated and the sales cycle was very, very complex. We managed to go live in 8 months. I nearly had a breakdown. It was that complex and really, really hard. But one thing we have done, I learned a lot of things doing that process. And my role now at Conga is I work with clients and give them tips and advice on how to be successful. But it's a framework. It's about giving you something tangible, something you can take away and actually do. Because one thing I know is you have to know how to do it to get systems live. And the most important thing is customer satisfaction and a happy and productive sales team. So exactly what Helen was talking about, what does digital transformation mean to your business? Buzzwords, I hate it. Because a lot of people will talk around the words, but nobody really knows what it means to their business. We know they say that digital transformation will be the most strategic priority for every organization. They're expecting a worldwide spend of 7.4 trillion in the next 4 years. They say every major company knows that the future isn't data, and if you're not investing in it, you'll be out of business. If I was told that 3 years ago at the start of my project, I would have been terrified because my data was everywhere. It wasn't in one place. I didn't know where half of it was. We spent more time arguing over what was the right data than knowing what to actually do with the data. So that statistic was probably the reason we triggered our project. Connecting the customer experience is a priority. We're now dealing with ecosystems. We're not talking about getting your sales teams working better with your customers. We were always trying to do that. We're now talking about partners, how to connect your developers. How do you connect everybody so the customer experience is so much better? Because there's so many touch points now. How do you own and control your brand and get people over the line? However, it's also proven that digital transformation is being a major challenge for organizations. Over 50% of projects are failing. People are not getting their new systems over the line. Why do we think it is? They say that the technology is changing faster than the people. People are so caught up in their current operation processes, trying to get their sales orders out, trying to get the contracts out. Then they invite the experts in. I don't know if you get people to come in, and you see the slick demos. You see them where there's a contract lifecycle management. You see the demo, and it's all around AI and artificial intelligence. The only thing I could think of, my contracts are in drawers. And you're trying to get me to this AI piece. The gap from where people are to where technology is too far. We end up more confused after a demo. I see more features and functionalities that I think I need to adopt, I didn't know I needed to adopt, that look really cool, but I have no idea where to start, and how do I actually make it a reality in my organization? AI, you kidding me? I'll be happy just to see what's in the contract. And that is the reality for so many businesses. The other reality is exactly what Helen was talking about. Cultural transformation. Behavior doesn't change. Trying to get sales teams to train. I run training sessions with sales teams. They're on their mobile phones. And then you put the system live, my phone goes crazy. Because they're all trying to know how to use the system. And I'm going, I remember you. You were on your mobile phone. They didn't want to change. Salespeople, I've loved them, but I've run operations. I know them very, very well. But culture change has to come from the top. You cannot talk about digital transformation. Yes, we want to do this. We want to speed up the sales cycle. And then do decisions that doesn't actually back it up. You need to change the culture, and you need to show decisions of change. And that does mean upsetting people, even your top salespeople. Next thing is businesses lacking what digital transformation means to them. They get caught up in the demo. They started off as one thing they were trying to fix. Then you saw a demo. Now you've got another 20, 30 things you want to fix because you learned new things that your competitors might be doing. So businesses are lacking how to connect their digital strategy to their business strategy. So the end result, you have frustrated teams, whether it's your finance team are upset, your legal team are upset, your sales team upset, you've got to blame culture. It's always somebody else's fault. Inconsistent data and information, you think it's in your Salesforce or your CRM. It's not, it's in their inbox. The best conversations probably happened around the coffee machine, not in your systems. And that's the reality. End result, you have a bad customer experience. In our sales cycle, we went from a BDR to account executive to a solutions engineer to professional services. The biggest complaint from our customer was, you keep asking me the same questions. You keep bringing another person into the call, and they ask me the same questions these guys ask me. Then you bring in the solutions engineer, and they're asking me the same questions again. I'm a client. I probably have 3 demos and 3 other vendors that I'm going to see after you. I don't want to have the call 15 times. I don't want to be asked the same questions. So I will always say this in all of my presentations. If you take a bad process and apply technology, you're just going to get a faster bad process. So how do you be successful at digital transformation? From my experience working on my own project, and mostly I'm telling you of things I would do differently. Not that I got it right first time, it's actually things I would do differently if I had have known. And working now with ongoing clients. Digital transformation success starts with strategy and ends with the successful adoption of technology which allows your business to accelerate and succeed. If you don't end up with adoption that benefits your business, it's not successful. So how do you be successful at digital transformation? How do you help your business find unexpected opportunities by harnessing the power of digital? But how do you build a solid case to reinvent who you are today versus who you were before? A successful DX project starts with strategy, not technology. I say there's 3 simple steps. First, review your business. I'll go into them in more detail. Second, simplify your process. Third, apply technology. Do not start with technology. So when I say review your business, what I mean is look at your current business model. Could you be superseded by an online digital competitor that came in? Uber taking over taxis. Nobody saw them coming. Look at who your business model is today and what you sell. If somebody could get to your customers faster, quicker, more efficient, could you be out of business? Look at who you are. When I looked at it from who we were at the time to who we become, we were an email marketing provider. Now we were a marketing automation tool. Not if you looked at my Salesforce. When I analyzed our products and pricing, I had 857 SKUs. I had a very frustrated sales team that didn't know which product line to select. It was becoming so complex. I tidied them all up. I went down to 134. It was all we needed based on the business who we were today. Broke them down into categories, looked at what we sell, what departments, who are we today. Got rid of the noise. Because marketing had one name for the product, sales had another name for the product, and my Salesforce had a totally different name for the product. And I wondered why people were confused. So have a hard look at who your business is, what you sell, and then look at how that product is in your systems, in your marketing teams, and in your sales teams. Simplify the glossary of how you sell and who you are today, and don't be afraid to change. Documents transformation. Obviously at Conga, we're a document management system. When I looked at the sales cycle, documents were everywhere. They are the most important thing because they're the thing you hand over to the client. Your proposal, your quote, your contract, your invoice. Lack of consistency. The biggest fall down on documents was the proposal. And we wondered why most of our sales weren't going past the contract, because we were stuck in proposals. But nobody actually knew what was going out in the proposal document. Why? Sales teams were just doing their own thing in their inbox and shooting it over the fence. We never were learning around documents.